Good evening and welcome. In the spirit of the holidays, I decided to do a quick little documentary video about everybody's favorite Christmas celebrity, Mr. Steve-O. It's a very important milestone in every boy's life when they watch their first Jackass movie, especially in theaters. I was afforded that privilege this February during the release of Jackass Forever. Since that day, me and my old pals are always trying to recreate the next big Jackass stunt. Please watch these clips of that.
Oh, are you good, bro? Oh! Oh! What's going on here? Stop. Yo. Yo, no. Stop. Stop. Yo. Stop. Oh.
Pretty funny, no? Yeah. These stunts were inspired by my favorite Jackass star of all, Mr. Steve-O. Today, we will be going in depth about Steve-O's memoir, Professional Idiot, a memoir by Steven Steve-O Glover. Please enjoy. Hello. Today we will be talking about the author's purpose in Professional Idiot by Steve-O. Professional Idiot is a cautionary tale, and Steve-O makes it pretty clear as to what he is cautioning us from, which is the need for attention. More specifically, the need for attention from people who have no business paying attention to us in the first place. Steve-O was always an attention hog, even when he was a kid. In the memoir, Steve-O shows how, even still as a child, he would do anything for the attention of his friends and family. Going into his early teenage years, Steve-O put all of his attention-seeking desire into skateboarding. Because of Back to the Future, every kid got a skateboard under the tree, and Steve-O was no exception. And he put his all into skateboarding. He wanted the stares, the looks. Marty McFly is the center of attention as he sketches a ride on the back of cars on his way to school. Steve-O wanted that attention. He wanted those stares. He wanted those looks. He knew skating could give it to him. But unlike most kids who got a skateboard and just threw it away after a few months, Steve-O learned the tricks. By the time he was starting out high school, he was able to shred. Although Steve-O showed promise in skateboarding, he lost his passion for the sport when its popularity declined in the late 80s. He wasn't willing to be the only skate rat at his school, so he decided to try something different. Something that was easy. Something that took no effort to get good at. Steve-O became a stoner. A decision that ultimately led to a 20-year-long addiction to drugs and alcohol. Through high school, Steve-O's drug use was on the incline, and after properly experiencing psychedelics for the first time, he was hooked. After high school, Steve-O continued these drug habits, and they eventually contributed to his removal from the University of Miami, where he was studying to get his bachelor's degree. The main factor that got Steve-O the boot from college was his irresponsible stunts, ranging from something minor like pulling a small prank on his RA to sneaking into the library through windows after climbing down the side of the school building using a rope and a harness. The nail in the coffin was when he threw dorm room furniture out of his dorm room window that was on one of the top floors. Even after getting kicked out of school, Steve-O kept pulling stunts, and the most notable of these stunts was where he failed to hang off a balcony, resulting in him falling almost 5 stories and fracturing his skull. The stunts mixed with the addiction was a match made in hell, and Steve-O's habits landed him in hot water. He was arrested for driving under the influence, and after being released, was sent to a sober living community by his mom. After getting released from the community, he went right back to doing drugs and alcohol. Since then, he's been arrested multiple times on different charges ranging from battery to public obscenity. Obviously, I can't talk about those scenarios in this video. Something I find interesting about Steve-O is his love for fire stunts. There's tons and tons of records where we see Steve-O getting burned from his fire stunts. Around 2 or 3 years ago, he did a stunt where he burned a floor, or he blew up his floor, and he was laying down on it, and there was tons of gunpowder, and he lit the gunpowder, and the floor exploded, and he was laying on top of the floor, and he burned a fourth or a third of his body, and he had to get skin grafts all over. And I feel like it's just kind of ironic that he's playing with fire, because that's kind of what his whole life is, I guess, as a stuntman. He's doing stuff that he shouldn't do. He's playing with fire. Anyway, here's a PSA of me talking about to not use fire, even though Steve-O loves to use fire. Yeah. All right, bye. Boy, oh boy, do I like candles. But fire's a no-no. But for Mr. Steve-O, fire is a go. Just want to remind everybody, be very responsible around fire. Just a quick little disclaimer. Shit, burn my shit. God damn it. After starting to become serious about being a stuntman, Steve-O attended clown college to really learn the skills that would help him excel in his passion for stunts. A few months after graduating, Steve-O's mom experienced a traumatic brain aneurysm. In order to keep the tragedy from plaguing his mind, Steve-O put all of his energy into his career, and he eventually landed a spot on the hit TV show Jackass.
Hi, I'm Johnny Knoxville. Welcome to Jackass.
3, 2, 1, fire!
This was a huge win for Steve-O. His attention-seeking antics had finally paid off. The positive soon turned sour. Because of Steve-O's drug addiction, he was always couch surfing, despite the fact he was a star on the biggest TV show at the time. As the years went by, Jackass grew in popularity, and so did Steve-O. Steve-O would regularly perform stunts at clubs and do cheap tricks for free drinks and easy cash. He wasn't making a lot of money, but at the end of the day, he was getting what he really wanted, which was attention. Steve-O had a pretty good life. He was able to hold down MTV shows, had a stable career as an entertainer, but by 2006, complete control over his life was lost. After the premiere of the second Jackass feature film, Steve-O describes how he believed his career would be over after the second Jackass movie because there was no possible way he would ever be able to top it. These feelings led to actions more psychotic than ever, including public urination, gossiping about celebrities he didn't even know, and multiple drug-fueled meltdowns during TV and radio interviews, especially Howard Stern. This all led to multiple contracts being terminated and any solid Hollywood ties just being completely severed. Steve-O only became a bigger pain, and the culmination of all of this negative behavior can be seen in something called Steve-O's Rad email list, where Steve-O would regularly send out psychotic emails to every single person he knew in Hollywood. I feel like a really good example of an email that he sent out is the last email that he sent out before going to rehab. And it reads, "That I will know how many bones get broken in a 25-foot fall onto effing concrete if someone doesn't at least bring cardboard boxes or effing trash cans. I'm ready to effing die." What I find so interesting about this last email is that Steve-O was willing to devastate all of his friends and family just for a stunt. You know, there's still people who cared about him even though he was out of control, and he just accepted his fate as long as it got him the attention that he wanted. The email attracted the attention of Jackass star Johnny Knoxville and the director of Jackass, Jeff Tremaine, who both staged an intervention for Steve-O, which led to a 5150 psychiatric hold. Looking deeper into this email, I kind of see it as a cry for help, and it's a call for attention to show Steve-O's friends and family how bad his habits have become. He's willing to kill himself just so people can give him the attention one would get for killing themselves. And that just goes to show how out of control this need and desire for attention had become. And then you pile on top of that all the drug abuse, which only makes things worse. In rehab, Steve-O starts explaining his recovery in very vivid detail, and he shows us what he had to go through to start living a sustainable life. And this is kind of where the message of the book changes a little bit. The last few chapters in the epilogue finally give us as a reader a chance to breathe, especially after hours of reading about foolish, thoughtless, and irresponsible behaviors. We're finally given a chance to relax because none of that behavior is really happening anymore. And then Steve-O kind of describes how he's clean, he's sober, he's off drugs, and he just has become a generally better person. And I think that gives us a lot of hope. And I guess it's just a good way to show how it's never too late to seek help for the problems that are really affecting you. I guess the second message of the book can really be summed up as, if Steve-O can get sober after 20 years of insanely bad drug addiction, you could probably conquer your demons and get through whatever you're getting right now as well.